You are tuning in to the You Are Loved podcast, where we hope to bring love and kindness to the world.
Welcome to another You Are Loved podcast, where we have the amazing Karen Krupp here with us today. Karen has been a dedicated massage therapist for over 22 years, helping clients achieve physical and emotional well-being through her skilled and compassionate approach. Building on her extensive experience, she's expanded her practice to include life coaching, enabling her to support clients on a deeper journey of personal empowerment and growth. As a self-empowerment coach, Karen specializes in guiding women navigating the delicate phase between divorce and dating, understanding the profound feelings of isolation and loneliness that can accompany this transition. She empowers her clients to rediscover their inner strength and self-worth. Through her coaching, Karen helps women cultivate unshakable confidence, experience true joy, and create fulfilling lives and relationships on their own terms. Karen's approach is rooted in compassion, clarity, and a deep belief in each woman's ability to thrive no matter their past. With her guidance, clients move forward with courage and confidence, ready to embrace new beginnings and find love and connection in ways that feel authentic and empowering. That's great.
Thank you.
That's great.
Bit wordy,
huh?
A bit wordy, huh?
Yeah. Oh, no, it's 3 paragraphs long, but that's fine. So question for you, so you were a massage therapist. Are you still a massage therapist?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Perfect.
Great. I love great deep tissue massages. I'm like, work in there, get out the toxins.
Correct.
Okay. So how did you transition or also end up incorporating being a self-empowerment coach? Like, what brought you to that?
Yeah, great question. Thanks. So with massage, it's a lot of stress on the body. So I started thinking about 6 years ago, what else could I do? And people kind of treated massage therapy in my private practice as kind of a therapy session too. They were already unloading all their stuff,
Yeah.
So I started thinking about what I wanted to do, and it was my older sister, that suggested life coaching. I really didn't know much about it, and so I started looking into it, and I was kind of really drawn to the health coaching piece, thinking I wanted to be a health coach, because I'm obsessed with everything health related, healing through food and supplements and really working on the body, because I've seen so many people with body inflammation and pain because they're not eating well or taking care of themselves. And from there, after health coaching, it just seemed like more of it was about your own transition and personal story of what you came through. So I ended up not in health coaching, but in self-empowerment, because I lacked so much confidence. I was so insecure and had been in and out of several marriages, 3 to be exact right now, and just gaining that confidence and joy and learning more about myself and what I can help other women do also, to date with confidence and not make a failed relationship mean something bad about them. It's just to pick themselves up, be confident, and kind of get back out there.
Oh, that's great. So, who's your target, audience? Is it someone that's going through divorce? Is it do you have a specific genre, I guess you could say, or?
Yeah, women that are between divorce and dating, helping them through that isolation, that fear, that confidence blow we all get after divorce. Whether we initiate divorce or our partner does, it still takes a blow to your confidence. You still feel like you failed. So that's where my genre is. It's usually 50 and older women, but I take women that are younger if they fit into what I'm doing through a clarity call.
Okay. And then, so what do you think is probably the top 3 things that helped you come out of that? You've experienced it a couple times, and so what do you think has helped you to have more confidence and be able to empower yourself?
Yeah, pushing myself through constant learning and personal growth, through journaling, through books, through therapy, through coaches. I've done a lot of work on my own personal growth. And the biggest confidence boost is going to do some things that scare you. You know, if you have some fear in something, you got to face that fear. You can't just run from it. Otherwise, we stay in our comfort zone and we never get anywhere. We don't grow at all. So my continuing learning and education, I took a lot of coursework, coached clients.
What do you think has out of the clients that you've been teaching, what do you think is probably one of the biggest lessons that you've learned and has impacted and empowered you from something you learned from one of your clients?
I think not specific, but we learn from each other. As a coach, I still learn from my clients as well, where I'll see where they're stuck, and then I have to kind of look at myself, like, is there something going on inside me that can be creating something that's in the relationship going on with them? We always have to look at ourselves in every relationship, even a coaching relationship. We're still growing. We're not perfect. We're not at this, like, I'm up here and you're down here and, you know, I'm helping you out. It's like we're like this, like we're just pulling each other up, you know?
Sometimes, like, when I'm like, because I'm a fixer, like I hate for my friends to be sad or hurting or something like that. So I had to like learn how to like tone that back down and like not be like, only if they wanted that, you know what I mean, for me. But and just like, but I'm a natural like fixer, like I just want to fix their situation even though I have my own crap going on, right?
Right.
But sometimes like when I'm sharing advice, then I'll end up being like, oh, that's advice that I need, like I need to listen to that, you know?
So often what we say is something we also need to hear, right? Definitely.
Yeah.
And I've been in that boat. That's been one of my learning experiences. That's been one of my biggest journeys too, is not to be overly helpful, because people have the women I work with innately have the answers within themselves. So as a coach, we ask powerful questions to bring it through them. We don't jump in to fix them or save them, because they don't need fixing and saving. They just need to learn to find the empowerment within themselves. It's all there.
Yeah.
Our intuition, we have the knowledge.
So what does that look like, empowerment? Like, can you really kind of dive deep into that? Like, what does that mean? What does that look like for someone?
Yeah, if we don't mind going down the spiritual woo-woo path. So if anyone believes in God or universe or love or whatever their belief system is, it's taking them into the journey within the self, doing a lot of deeper meditation. I trained in NLP hypnosis techniques as well. So it's really do a lot of close their eyes, kind of go inward and get the answers from within, because they're there. And that's that empowerment. It's within us already. We don't get power from outside of ourselves. We don't go find it somewhere else. It's right here. And it's that connection to me, to spirit, to God, to universal energy.
Yeah. I think that's amazing. I mean, I'm our podcast, we really have it open to everyone, and like, you know, and it's like relationships with your faith, family, and friends, like whatever someone's faith is. I'm a Christian, but I'm, you know, I fail every day. So
I consider myself a Christian too, Jacqueline. And I think when you think of going inward, I don't see that as being something outside of Christianity, because when it says to connect to somebody who is your spirit guide, Jesus is the one that pops into my mind. So
yeah,
but I don't put that on someone else. It might be something else.
right.
So that's my totem person. You know, it could be something else for someone else.
Yeah, exactly. So but yeah, so it's just like, okay, it's like having that inner voice, um and and then also just trusting that inner voice as well. And there's a like, so I'm working on a project right now, and then I was speaking with this young lady who basically got a divorce and bought her first house, right? Within like, because he said, you'll never be able to survive without me. You know, they say stupid stuff like that. And then so she bought her first house, and then 5 months later, a hurricane took it out, right? Which is devastating. Okay. And she's in her early 30s. And then like, so we were just chatting on the phone, and I was like, okay, I'm really not like as a contractor, not supposed to go into a lot of information, but I was like, one of the things I said to her is, I was like, you got to just trust your inner voice, like trust your intuition, like just trust it. Because, you know, a lot of contractors and different things are trying to come get this money that she has to try to build her house back. And she was like, she just kind of cried. She's like, thank you, because I lost my mom. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, and then I just talked with her a little bit more. I was like, well, I'm 51. So, you know, I could technically be your mom, I guess. I don't know. A young mom at that. But she was like, she just kind of started tearing. Then I started tearing up, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just felt so bad for her, but I just wanted to give her whatever information and advice I could to help just empower her and to feel confident, and knowing that even if she does make mistakes or whatever, it's okay not to like we shouldn't destroy ourselves over it, you know?
Yeah. And not make it mean that she did something wrong or bad.
Yeah.
To not blame ourselves, because women are first to blame ourselves and put ourselves in shame. We're really good at that. And to get out of that mindset, and that everything is happening to teach us, to help us grow stronger, be more resilient, to learn grit. I mean, that's the way I've seen a lot of my past. It's not regretful. I'm a much stronger, more confident person now today because of what I failed to do in the past or what happened to me.
Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. So, what are some of like the like books that you've read, like a couple books that you've read that were like some of your favorite that helped change your life?
One of my favorites that I've read like 3 times now. I'm gonna forget titles though.
Or tell us what it's about.
The recent one I just read is in I'm also forgetting that title. Sorry.
Sorry,
You could hear me and I would have grabbed them. Yeah, that was tough. Yeah, because they're on the shelf now and I can go grab them, but I don't know if you want me doing that.
What are they about? Like, what was it about them? Do you remember that? Like, what was it about them that like impacted you?
I think the one's called The Journey to Love or You Are Loved or something like that. It's C.O. Mahoney. I remember the author, and I got it on Amazon. It's a small little book, and someone suggested it to me for my business to give to clients. And it's just really about how much love we need to have for ourselves. It's not about finding the love outside of ourselves in relationships. It's about really loving the person we are and developing us to know who we are instead of getting out that outside validation. And only when you really fully love yourself can you be in a relationship that's healthy. It's when we start grasping at things outside of ourselves that causes problems.
Okay. I was trying to look it up really quick to see
Mahoney,
if I could find it.
In Quest of Love. In the Quest of Love or something like that.
Quest of Love.
Quest of Love. Something like that.
I love
Quest is in the title.
that.
It's a really good book.
That's great. I'm gonna have to because I am in Quest of Love.
and the other one was a lot of inner journey, like just keep coming back to your breath, because our mind takes off and our mind creates stories and our mind gets in these loops based on our beliefs and habits. And just, you know, by the time you hit my age, you're in so many stories, and just to keep recognizing them and do mindfulness work is part of what I teach, because without that mindfulness and knowing what your mind is doing, you're never going to get a hold of it. Like, we get caught up in those stories. I myself still do it. I'll catch myself and I, oh, there goes that story again. And I want to let that go. And take a couple breaths to get back into my heart, to get back into center, get back to connecting to God. That's truly helpful.
So when you say mindfulness, do you mean like being conscious about the stories that we're telling ourselves, or?
Right. Notice the stories and the parts of yourself. We have all these parts inside of us. They have the parts that are fearful and the parts that are happy and the parts that are, and notice when those parts want to take over. A lot of women have a part of victimization. He did this to me and he did that. And we want to blame everybody outside of ourselves, but we're attracting that. Something we have to look at within ourselves to stop blaming everybody else and go inward is mindfulness, to kind of notice what those stories are. Journaling is a real powerful thing to start doing that with.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge. Yeah. So, and then really just getting, and just really kind of digging in and getting to a place where we can also, I think journaling is great because it just helps us process
Mm-hmm.
all these emotions and feelings and stuff like that are going through. And then I have a friend that she saves her journals like throughout the year, and then she goes back at the end of the year and reflects on them to see all the changes that she's made and how she's grown.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm one of those that write it all, and I don't want to look back at them. I don't. I just want to keep going. I don't want to reread what I wrote. Rarely.
Yeah, I guess it all just depends on where we're at. So I think she does it as a place of reflection and for empowerment, like in seeing, okay, this is how much I've changed, so this is amazing. And then kind of just going from there. Now, you also have a overcoming fears and opening to love after 50. Can you share a little bit about that with us?
That's a free checklist I've created that guides women through journal prompts and tips and reflection on their relationship journey, like from the past, to kind of like a reflection you just mentioned your friend does through journaling. This is just doing your own journaling from your past relationships. What is the I can't remember exactly what's in it at the moment, but there's plenty of journal prompts in there to do all that journaling, to get yourself out of the thoughts of there's not enough good men out there. I'm never going to be able to do it again. I don't have the confidence to put myself back out there, especially women over 50, because we start aging and we start thinking we're not pretty enough, we're not thin enough, we're not this, we're not that, and we judge ourselves a lot. It's kind of just
we're past the prime age,
right? Pickings are slim.
I feel like as I've gotten older, my tolerance level has gone up. Like, no, it's gone down, and my annoyance level has gone up. So, like,
say more about
I just
that.
have
You have more noise in your life?
Like I get annoyed easier by just stupidity, and when I just feel like, guys are annoying sometimes, like just certain things, like, and it's like these certain patterns, like just over and over and over again, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, what? I just am like, why do I attract this? You know what I mean? It's like, I don't talk, I really stay to myself most of the time. But it's like, what, I don't know what it is about me that attracts guys that like it just appears like their intentions are just to try to sleep with me, and I'm pretty much celibate, you know what I mean? So it's like back away. Like there's someone who we were connected on Facebook, and I didn't realize it, but he like every once in a while would like hit me up on Messenger or whatever. And then he just recently had just started like really pursuing to have a conversation with me and stuff. And I don't really have notifications on my phone because it just became way too distracting. So I had to take them all off. And then, so text message. And then, so we're having snow. We're snowed in today for Atlanta, 3 inches. We got snowed in because of ice and stuff.
Yeah.
But so with that, and then it's like his text messages are very kind of like high level, like, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. Can we get on a phone and talk? Sure. But then the other stuff is other things like, oh, this is great cuddling with her. I'm like, you haven't even really asked me about myself. You don't know anything about me, like for you to say that. And then like we're friends on Facebook, and he asked me to send him a recent picture. And I was like, we're on Facebook. That's like stupid. Why are you asking me that? And I'm like, okay, red flag, red flag, red flag. And I'm just like, so I was talking to my roommate, and I was asking him, this is annoying. I'm like, I don't understand. Like, what is the point? And he's like, yeah, he's just trying to sleep with you. That's his intentions. And I'm just like, okay, what? Don't bother me, because it's not going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, just go somewhere else.
Yeah. So something, as we get older, our tolerance levels, we don't put up with anything because we're becoming more confident in who we are. And that self-empowerment journey that we take. And also, I heard some lady the other day talking about our estrogen levels coming down. And that leads to us not giving an F anymore about something. Yeah. And I would encourage you to learn healthy boundaries, because that's something women need to learn too, and not worry about someone not liking us. Like, no, thank you, I'm not interested. And if he keeps pursuing, block him. I mean, just put in a boundary. Like, we think, oh, we're going to be mean, and then they're going to think we're a big B, but that's okay, whatever. Like,
yeah.
So
I worry about, because I know it can be so type A alpha, like, which I don't want to be. I like to live in my feminine, but be very direct and kind of like, but then I worry, oh, I don't want to come across as like a B word, or, you know what I mean? Or like just rude and like unpolite. And I'm like, so just be like, who cares? Like, it doesn't matter, you know?
Healthy boundaries are healthy boundaries. We all need them in relationships. And what it does is, when you put up that healthy boundary, it brings healthier people into your life. And you're saying no to that and saying yes to yourself. You're saying no to somebody like that. You're saying yes to someone that's going to ask about you, that's going to want to get to know you. Because that's important. As in return, you getting to know that person. Like, women ask a lot of questions. We're always digging deep, right? But men don't always have that capability. Not that there aren't men out there that don't know how to do that. There are. But say no to the ones that don't know how.
Yep. We had there's this amazing influencer that we have on that we had on the podcast. I haven't put it out yet. I gotta put it out. But and she is an influencer on TikTok and stuff, and just like, her story is absolutely amazing. She was a single mom, and then from working, and then was just happened to be on like last minute, like late at night when we all kind of get bored, went on a dating site, and she didn't have a picture up or anything, and she had something kind of funny on there at the end, and this one guy responded, and they talked for like 2 or 3 days on the phone. And before they got ready to meet, she was like, oh, do you want, he didn't even ask her for a picture, nothing. He just really enjoyed who she was and her conversation and stuff like that. And he didn't really care, but she's like, yeah, I think you should see it, just so, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, wow, that's just so beautiful. And that tells me, okay, that is out there.
Yeah.
But am I open and ready to receive that, you know?
Right. Do you believe you're deserving and worthy, right?
Yeah.
That kind of relationship where it's not about the physical being, because this physical being fades. We're going to grow old. We're going to look, unless you got the money to pay for a lot of Botox and surgery, you're going to age. And to find someone who accepts you for the inside is beautiful.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. So it's like you had these two drastics. I'm like, okay, well, I just need to, so I like that. Even though I'm like really like big on boundaries and stuff, but I guess in that area I have not been, and I tolerate a little bit more, instead of being like, because I want to just be like, what's your intentions here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
you know what it might be? And this is for me too, so I'm saying it because I know it was for me. It's getting that validation. We're getting some validation. We're getting some attention. So it makes us feel good. It kind of gives us a little ego boost. But you have to ask yourself, is the kind of attention you want?
No, because I don't really care if I talk to him ever. So it doesn't matter to me.
Right.
So I don't even know why I even care about if I'm being mean or whatever.
Right.
So, yeah. So, yeah. Thank you. Thanks. So what kind of massage do you do?
Mostly Swedish now. After the pandemic, I went out of my own practice and into a spa, which I ended up loving, because I'm kind of on a team. We're having a holiday party tomorrow night. We get together.
Oh, that's great.
We have a lot of fun together. So it's been great. And so I don't have to worry about the bookings or the laundry or any of that stuff. So I do mostly Swedish, and I do Reiki treatments. I also do scrubs. The deep tissue, I do it if someone asks, but I'm not considered a deep tissue therapist because of my age and the fact that I've been doing it for so long. I just don't want to do it anymore. It's just a lot on the body. But I think what I do does a lot of healing work, because I'm very present. We don't talk at the spa, so I can pick up on things that are going on and really sense and feel what's going on in the body.
Oh, that's amazing.
I love it. So I haven't quit yet for that reason. I mean, eventually I want to let it go, but I really do like being there for others and allowing them to feel that touch. Everyone needs.
There's nothing like everybody comes out with these massage chairs and like just all this stuff, but there's nothing ever comparison to like another human massaging, having that skin to skin touch and that massage and the deep tissue, or the just working out like knots, or just like a smoothing, relaxing massage, like a sweetest massage. There's nothing that compares to that, unless it's a crappy massage therapist then. But usually, like, and then just like the great conversations, like you just don't get that. And we won't be able to get that from like androids or robots in the future either.
Right. We'll still be needed, right?
Yeah. So I just, because so
You can't
I
replace
just think
human
that's
touch.
great.
My,
Yeah.
my
I
favorite,
would.
I was going to say my favorite massage in my own practice was ashiatsu. That's the kind with the bars on the ceiling. We use our feet. That was the deep tissue I was able to do because I'm using my body weight.
Oh, yeah.
And it was one of my
Wow.
favorite to do. And you really, it's amazing how your feet can also feel the tension when you get to doing it for a while.
Uh-huh.
Pretty cool.
Oops. Hold on. Gotta turn that off. I thought my volume was off. So yeah, that's I've never had that done before, but actually there's a place, a spa here where you could go and you just pay to get in, and then you could sleep the night there. But it's got like all this
Wow.
stuff where you can do like scrubs. You can do body scrubs, and there's a massage place. They have some hot saunas, and they have like a small little restaurant, and just like these different things. It's really great.
Yeah.
So I've been meaning to want to schedule and go one day, and I've never stayed the night there, but I have stayed for like 3 or 4 hours though.
They have rooms to stay in, like a hotel?
No, like I think like over by the saunas, like people will just put a mat out and then you lay on the mat.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah,
I've never
it's
seen
really
that.
yeah, it's really interesting. So I had a friend turn me onto it. It was great. And then like you can just go lay in the saunas and chill and relax. And they have different saunas for different things, like 3 or 4 different
Yeah.
saunas, which is amazing. So
Sounds
So
awesome.
yeah. So Karen, is there any last thing you'd like to share at all, or any like piece of advice, or just anything?
I think the best thing any woman can start doing for herself is to continue the journey to self-love, or start it if they haven't. And that's not, like self-care stuff with the bubble bath or going to get a massage. Really deeply loving yourself as you are, where you are, mistakes and all, imperfections. We screw up. Love yourself through it. You say the wrong thing and you're triggered and angry at somebody. Love yourself through it. And apologize and own your stuff, and always own where you're coming from.
I think that's amazing.
Take responsibility for yourself.
Yes. And then your main website is KarenKrupp.com, and we'll have all your links with your LinkedIn, your Facebook, and stuff like that in the description. And for the free guide as well, we'll have that in there also, so people will be able to just click on it. Can they also get to that free guide through your website, KarenKrupp.com?
Yep.
Okay. Am I saying your last name correctly?
You are. It's Krupp.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Karen. I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you for coming on.
You too. Thanks for having me on.
All right, bye. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of You Are Loved podcast. We really appreciate you, and we look forward to having you come on. We have released our new planners, so when you get a chance, go on to youareloved.store and check out the new planners. And we are going to be putting together a mastermind class for that as well. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of You Are Loved. If you have any topic ideas or would like to be a guest on the show, please hit us up on Instagram at youareloved.store.